Hi, it's Paul again from Strung Too Tight. Stephen here, hello. And we have got lots of questions which surprisingly people are asking us. You know, we want you to comment, we want you to go onto the Facebook, we want you to go onto Instagram, we want you to go onto
Twitter.
YouTube and Twitter and all that jazz and comment, because that's why we're doing it.
Actually, I'm quickly asked one. Should we be on Snapchat? Because all of the younger generation want us to go on Snapchat. I don't know what it is. I know what it is, but I'm not putting a filter on with bunnies and butterflies coming out my mouth. And that looks like a filter.
It's a Snapchat filter. God, I hate Snapchat so much. Anyway, I'm not gonna get it, but anyway. Right, so we've been asked questions, and we've been asked questions by people here in Dubai and people in the UK, like my mum.
Thanks, Bob.
There's no famous people anywhere like that, so anyway, do you want to start?
I'll go first.
Go on then.
Okay. Why don't women play best of 5 sets at Grand Slams?
Because we would all be falling asleep after 2 anyway, so what's the point? No, it's got nothing to do with it. People say about the equal pay, which is another question which I'll go straight into. At the end of the day, it's women's matches have always been best of 3 sets. The guys have always been best of 5 in the slams. It wouldn't bother me in the slightest bit if they made it so that they were just 3 sets for the guys as well. I'm kind of over the whole 5-set thing now. I think I know this tradition and stuff like that, but the thought of having a women's 5-set match, I mean, you know, if it's anything like Ostapenko, Sloane Stephens, then yeah, just kill me now, because I wouldn't want to watch that for 3 sets, never mind 2. So, do you have your opinion on that, Steve?
Well, I think they should play five sets. Well, the whole thing about equal pay was that obviously a woman trains the same amount of hours per day as a man. Fine. I'm all for equal pay, by the way. Why can't they play best of 5 sets? It shouldn't just be because the quality of the tennis might not be good.
Okay, so so obviously this is twofold then, because it comes into the equal pay thing.
You just said that.
Yeah, I know. So now I'm going to say this. We have 2 matches. Okay, we have Federer and Nadal playing against each other in one final, and then we've got Serena and Venus playing in the other final.
Yeah.
You and I both know
Serena and Venus all day. Yeah.
As you and I both know that the viewing figures for one would be severely higher than the other.
Yeah, but it's not about viewing figures.
It's about bums on seats. I'm sorry, but I would be very angry as a professional player to think that I'm getting paid the same amount than somebody who's got no one watching them because the matches are boring, etc., etc. Look, I look at it from this perspective. If equal pay is given, right, the message that we're sending everybody is that, the message that we're sending everybody is that, yeah, you can be boring, charismaless.
Is charismaless a word?
It is right now. Charismaless robots and still reap the benefits, okay? Character, charisma is what we want. I would much rather see the ladies getting equal pay, but entertain us a little bit more. I don't care about skimpy clothes. It's got nothing to do with the whole flipping beach volleyball garbage. You know, I want to see entertaining, fantastic tennis. I want to see Kazatkina playing against somebody like
Bouchard,
Naomi Osaka. You know, somebody who they're contrasting styles and they're actually going to be having an interesting battle.
Yeah, but 3 of the top 4 matches this year have been women's matches. You said that yourself. So imagine if that carried on. If that level was to 5 sets. And
you know, Kerber, Haller, you know, yeah, fantastic. And I've been the biggest advocate. I haven't got a problem with equal pay.
No, neither have I.
I have got a problem with the ladies playing 5 sets because I don't care about the men playing 5 sets. That's the difference. I don't really care about 5-set men's matches. You know, yeah, it's great, but you know,
you're an idiot. 5 sets is amazing. It's like Test cricket. Strategy, mental toughness.
Okay, Steve, well done. So, Test cricket as opposed to 2020. Okay, so 2020 just hasn't revolutionised cricket then.
Boring.
Okay.
Right, on to the next question.
Did we even answer that one? Equal pay is good, but please don't make the ladies' matches 5 sets. But all right.
I think you should play 5 sets.
Oh, great. Okay, next.
Okay. Should coaches be allowed on court in the WTA? Try and do this in less than 30 seconds.
No.
Right, next one.
There we go. It's embarrassing, it's disgusting, and the fact that they feel as if they need to have people on to hold their hands in the middle of battle is a bit pathetic.
I tell you what, over 5 sets, the coaches would be up and down, wouldn't they? Woo.
Just unbelievable. Should there be a shot clock in matches, Nadal?
Yes.
Yeah,
I absolutely should be, because they use it to gain an advantage, not because he's tired. It's quite clear it's been used to their advantage.
Do you know, I once watched a match, I think it was Correa. Correa was playing somebody, Guillermo Correa, who obviously was a very sort of...
interesting character.
Interesting character, funny, etc. But, just, really, really consistent player. And I remember he played a match, and I can't remember who it was against. It's something like Soderling or something like that. And they had this epic rally. It was just a monstrous rally. At the end of it, I was watching it with a student of mine. At the end of it, Soderling won the point, but was in this position.
Yeah.
And Correa lost the point, was like this. And I turned to my student, and I was like, "See the difference there?" And she's like, "Yeah. How good was that for Soderling?" And I was like, "No, but he's not going to win a point now for ages because he's killed himself." So
lost the battle but won the war.
Indeed, yeah, very good. Yeah. So the shot clock thing would obviously make that a little bit more attritional, because obviously you wouldn't have Nadal taking like 50-minute breaks in between points to pull his underpants out of his backside, or anything else that he does. Yeah.
Next.
It's your question.
I've just asked you.
I just asked you about the shot clock.
Oh yeah.
Now you're going to see if you can copy up.
Oh yeah, we had an interesting question actually. Obviously, the podcast is called Strung Too Tight. Somebody asked, which one is strung and which one is tight? We could just let them decide.
Well, based on my reaction, I think I know where I'll finish. No, the name, which I love the name. It was obviously, we were firing ideas off each other, and
I came up with better ones, but
no, you didn't. But I like this one because I think that it's got an inference to stringing, which obviously I love. It's got an inference to the fact that so many people that we encounter are strung way too tight.
Yeah,
and basically, we were very lucky with the fact that no one else has ever used it before for anything. So hey, it's all ours.
Tighter the better.
I like it loose.
No, I like it a little bit tight.
Okay. I have mine around about 50, or mine's 53, 58 pounds.
56.
That's quite similar.
It's not too bad, yeah.
All right. Okay. Why are so many parents? This is a big question. Okay. Why in the WTA are so many parents involved in their kids' tennis? Fantastic question. Couldn't really start this answer without getting aggressive. So you go first.
Why are so many parents involved? Dead space. I don't know.
How was a certain French lady, but she's not French? How was her mum with you last year on the stringing room?
They are difficult. I'm going to name it. Kristina Mladenović's mum was a nightmare.
She was amazing this year with us. I mean, Mladenović got beaten very early.
Outside the tennis court, absolutely fine, but they're just so involved. Maybe it's the whole little girl, daughter. I don't know, but they just, Wozniacki's dad obviously is...
He's hilarious off court. It looks like Camilla Giorgi's dad and her must have had some form of acrimonious split.
Oh, really?
Because I asked about her dad and she was quite sort of...
I just think maybe it comes down to that whole thing that parents are more protective over their daughters than their sons. They just want to follow it and they can't let go.
Although it looks like it's happening a bit more in the guys now. I mean, obviously with Zverev
Yeah, but they're not heavily involved. They travel.
Not heavily involved. City Pass.
He's an interesting character.
He's his language off court training was just hilarious, absolutely hilarious. But yeah, his dad was following him around.
Why do you think there's more parents involved with it?
Because when it comes to girls, the umbilical cord, no matter how much they try and cut it, stays attached. And so they literally can't give them the space because obviously being girls, they can't take care of themselves.
Clearly.
No, it's just again, it's going back to another conversation of not being able to let go, not being able to let the professionals do their jobs. They think they can do better jobs, and you know, it's just stupid. It frustrates me like crazy. It means that you don't get to see the characters. You know, Kazakina, great example, wonderful character. Didn't see her mum or dad. I've never seen her mum or dad, and she's just hilarious and really, really good fun. You know, Osaka's mum and dad weren't even at the final of Indian Wells, so you know, again, maybe they understand the concept of letting go.
Yes. Breathe.
Yeah. Let them have their space. The umbilical cord is cut for a reason. Next. This is your me.
You.
Now you're getting a call, but okay, good. Should doubles, this is my thing, isn't it? Should doubles now become where you play with the same nationality as you?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. The more I've spoken to people about it, and people spoke to me on well, they didn't speak to me on YouTube or anything, but they called me and whatnot. They actually agreed that they would be really cool. So I'm up for that, definitely.
Yeah, I think it throws in something different.
Yeah.
Patriotism.
Come on.
Come on.
I'd be half Colombian, half English.
How are you half Colombian?
Well, because of my wife.
You're not Colombian.
Yeah, I know, but I've got to support them. Do you know, slightly off topic, ever so slightly, if England finished first and Colombia finished second in their group, or vice versa,
yeah,
they meet.
Well, easy win for us.
I don't know, can you imagine the war in my house?
Okay, next one. What is the best racket currently on tour?
Oh, come on. Right, that is the dumbest question.
That's why I've asked you, because I know you hate it.
Right, okay. Rackets are like cars, okay? It doesn't mean that there's one car that's better than everybody else's. I mean, a Bugatti Veyron is fast as, but is it really going to be somewhere where you can take 5 kids to the shops and things like that? So it depends on what you're really looking for. Every company has a type of racket to suit each person. So, you know, I don't want to really name the different companies, but you know, if you go for 3 different types of level of racket, you have the pro level racket, you have the development level racket, and you have the tweener, the in-betweener. What a real tweener is a racket that's in between a development one and a pro level one. I use more tweeners now because... Actually,
on the subject of tweener, sorry. Did you know in Argentina, a tweener is called a willy? After Guillermo Villas, I think he was the first person to do it on tour.
I played with him.
And obviously his nickname is Willy. So yeah, in Argentina, a hot dog, or tweener as we call it, is called a willy.
And I played with Guillermo Villas in Manchester, in the Boodle and Dunthorne's Legends event in Manchester. I was his hit sparring partner. And I've heard actually on the grapevine that he's not well. He's a little bit sick at the moment.
On a bit.
So all the very best from me, Guillermo. You were an absolute class act, and yeah, you were a bit before my time in terms of you were in the sort of 70s when I was only about 4 or 5 years old. But what I saw of you, you were awesome. Have you got any more? Well, so
you gave a boring answer on what racket do you like the most?
What's my all-time favorite?
No, on the tour.
On the tour?
Yeah.
What, so you want me to advertise, basically?
No, we're not getting paid, obviously, for anything. Where's the head racket?
That's not my favourite racket.
What is?
There
is a favourite racket.
If I had to play with a racket right now, I would probably choose I'd probably choose the Babolat Pure Drive. Yes, look. And what would you choose?
The Wilson Blade.
Get out of here.
The Babolat Pure Drive.
Yeah, I like the Pure Drive.
Over the Strike.
Yeah, you've
The
got
Strike is much better.
If I was still playing and I was any good anymore.
Who uses the Pure Drive?
Well, quite a few people actually. The Bryan brothers for starters.
Rubbish.
Okay, I'm wrong.
Doubles. No one cares about doubles, have we mentioned in our other podcasts?
I mean, I would always choose a racket that was headlight. Has to be headlight. Oh, look at him. Now all of a sudden he's like, so you use the blade, yeah?
Yeah.
And that's a headlight racket, just saying that.
Not the one I'd use. I'd add weight to it.
He's such a moron. He really is a moron.
Babolat Pure Drive.
Wilson blade.
Next.
What's wrong with the Pure Drive?
It's not a good racket.
Why?
It's too weak.
Are you joking?
It's just not you play with it. Control.
He's
The Pure Drive over the Strike. It's madness.
Okay, well, I'll just follow that on and say that, okay, Steve, what would be your ideal string and tension and why?
Solinco Hyper G, because Paul told me it's the best, and I'd have it at £56, 58.
Okay, Paul didn't tell him it's the best. Paul did mention that it had won String of the Year, 2016, 2017.
What is the best then?
Well, there is no best again. Why do you ask such dumb questions? It's personal choice.
But if it won the award, it must be the best.
Well, no, it was voted the best of the best string of the year.
So it's the best.
Well, no.
You just said it was voted the best.
Yeah, but,
so Roger Federer gets voted the best player on tour.
So is Federer right? Federer's won 20 Grand Slams. Does that mean that his racket is the best racket available?
Yes.
You are the dumbest person. Why do I even bother?
I actually hate Federer's racket.
Which we've got here.
Actually. If you're in the shops and somebody's trying to sell you this racket, do not buy it. Roger Federer doesn't use this racket. It's personal to him. This is something they've thrown together. Don't buy it. You'll lose your elbow. It's too heavy.
Okay. I mean, he's pretty much wrong on everything he said there. But don't worry about it. No, I mean, it's a very, very difficult racket to use. So, yeah, your normal person on the street shouldn't use it. But his actually is not that far away from that, just so you know. But, yes, they do all get theirs all personalised, etc., etc. So don't be thinking that you could. And you didn't bring out both rackets, because I brought out, because I have a collection of rackets, and this is the original Federer racket, which is also the Sampras racket, and yeah, you should get that one, the original Pro Staff, gorgeous. And I wanted to put them together so you could see the difference in size of the heads and stuff.
How are they going to see that?
85 square inch head compared to a 97 square inch head. You can't see the thickness difference, but there's quite a big thickness. Okay, it's kind of like Steve against me in terms of like, you know, scrawny, ugly. No, it's not ugly. So
oh, don't chip it.
This is Ben's. This is my friend Ben's. Ben, this is your racket, just so you know, yeah.
Why are you playing with this, Ben? I'll catch up with you later.
He likes it. He likes his heavy rackets. But you're wrong, by the way, about you'll get tennis elbow with the racket.
Yeah,
and the heavier the racket, the less likely you're going to get tennis elbow, because obviously the weight within the racket would
That's another podcast.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
Next.
Any more questions?
I've got one.
Oh, go on then.
Okay, you're at dinner. You're allowed to invite 3 players, past, present, dead or alive. Who do you invite?
Okay.
Is it male, female?
Male, female. Okay, I would say...
And why?
I would say Navratilova, because she's the only female player that I think that has intimidated me when I saw her.
Really?
Yeah. I saw her at Roland Garros about 7 or 8 years ago, and I was scared.
Why?
She's just had an aura. She's like a ready Breck woman. She's just had an aura. I think, you see, I want to say Sampras, but I can't imagine it to be that interesting.
You won't leave any tips.
Yeah. So I'd like to go with McEnroe. I think McEnroe would be interesting. And then
He'd bring his guitar as well, wouldn't he, Mac?
I'd have to go with Federer. I'd have to have Federer. Have to.
Brilliant.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? Who would you have?
Bouchard. I'd probably have Eugenie Bouchard.
Okay. I can be.
Let me.
I've got Navratilova for that.
Let me think. Bouchard.
He thought this one through, didn't he, guys?
Oh, see, I don't want to say Federer because it's so obvious, but I would have to have Roger Federer. Actually, the first time, I would tell you the first time I ever met him, I slapped him on the bum. The first time I went to shake his hand after practice, and he had his racket and a can of balls. He just looked at me, so just gave him a little slap, as you do.
First time, well, I went for dinner with Martina Hingis, and she ate my creme brulee.
Oh, really?
And for those who don't know, I do not share food. And I wish that my wife could be on camera, because my wife was sitting where Steve was, and Hingis was here. The creme brulee arrived, and I've just got this stupid thing about sharing things, like Steve drunk from that, so I won't drink from it. And Hingis put a spoon across, a fork across, and took some. And I literally watched her put it in her mouth like this, and looked at it again, and thought to myself, it's Martina Hingis. Put my fork in it and did that, and then looked at my wife, who was like this. Really? So there we go.
I think third person Marat Safin. He would be fun. He would be good fun at a dinner. We go out afterwards, and yeah, he's a party guy.
I was going to say, it'd be what he brings to the table, quite literally.
A lot. Any other questions?
I don't think so.
Obviously, if you've got any more questions to ask, feel free. We enjoy them, and we often just, as you can see, chat rubbish back and forth. Don't really agree, but it's good fun, and we like them, so please keep them coming.
He never gave me the option to answer the question about the strings. I would always choose a poly in the mains, like a nice soft coat poly, something like Vocal Cyclone. Solinco Hyper-G is not soft, but it's still beautiful. But I'd always blend it, mix it with a multi-filament.
Blend it, mix it.
Mix it. Waka waka waka.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. Right, we'll say goodbye now, and yeah, have a great week, and we'll see you next time for you guys to not be interested in what we talk about.
Yeah. Goodbye.